Hey, how's it going? All right, I had this little clip that I found, and I just wanted to talk about it. It's ABC News. They're talking about George's chat with Fox on the Hannity show, and I thought this was one of the most stupid points. I mean, this guy supposedly is a lawyer or some sort of legal expert, but you got to wonder how he got his job.
In great detail every moment of that incident. Every time he's telling you detail by detail what happened, he creates a scenario that could contradict details that he told before. Those comments contradicting what Zimmerman told police that night.
Sure, it could, but it hasn't. I don't know exactly what he's thinking about, but right here they're about ready to tell us. I guess this is the point that he's pointing out that where Zimmerman's contradicting himself.
Yeah, okay, we don't need you to do that.
That, to me, was the #1 problem with his interview.
So the question of whether he was following him, and we know that he said that on the non-emergency call. So there's no doubt about that he said he's following him. But if you watch my other videos, you'll see that we figured out that as George is getting out of his car and you can hear the dinging of the bell of his car, the dispatcher asks him, which way is Trayvon running? And he says, towards the back entrance. So that is south from where he was. So we know that Trayvon is at the T, or he ran towards the T in the sidewalk. We know that George has his headlights shining on that area, so he can see Trayvon go around that corner. George is just getting out of his car, as he said, he's heading towards the back entrance. So if you look at the map, you can see that as Trayvon turns that corner and runs towards the south or the back entrance, there is absolutely no way that George can see him from that angle. So as George gets out of his car and heads towards that T, he has no vision of Trayvon, absolutely none. And we've proven that with our timeline map videos. He lost all sight of him, and he admits that. He says that several times, that he didn't see him. Detective Serino says, but you said you were following him. Were you following him? And he says, well, I was running in the direction he went. So yes, that meant yes, he was following him, but he was only following in the direction he went. He lost view of him. And that was what he was saying. That was his point. But this lawyer swinging his finger around saying that's evidence that he lied, he's just an idiot. I mean, obviously he hasn't done the research we've done. We know that George lost sight of Trayvon. We know that. He never saw Trayvon again from the time he got out of his truck until the time that he got confronted by Trayvon. He had lost sight of him. Trayvon left, was gone. George got out of his truck, never saw him again until the confrontation. So with that in mind, you have to wonder, who the hell is ABC hiring to make these statements? I mean, certainly ABC is going to be held responsible for these kind of statements because they obviously have no basis in fact. They don't know the facts, and they're spreading vitriol. They're spreading anger among people that are uninformed. People sitting around watching TV, listening to this and saying, how can this be? Fortunately for George, this is going to come in handy because all these media outlets that continue to spread falsehoods about George are going to be paying for his maintenance for the rest of his life. He's going to have a very good life. And fortunately for him, NBC, ABC, CNN, all of them, they all have a finger in this, and they're all going to have to pay. Unfortunately, the amount that they pay will not be sufficient to put them out of business, because this is the kind of thing that should put them out of business. They should go away. Unfortunately, they're only going to get sued for several million, and it won't even put a dent in their pocket. That's why I suggest we need to have laws on the book that would make it a criminal offense for the media to do this, what they've done to George, with the knowledge that they have. And this is obvious that they did this. And even if you're just an employee and you're doing this because your boss says to, I believe that you should be held responsible in the same way that the Germans were held responsible even though they were following orders. Following orders should not preclude you from criminal charges. Anyhow, good talking to you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.